I'm Rachel Lord, and I'm the Market Manager for HVAC Equipment Installations at Johns Manville. Joining me today is Tom Fellinger, one of our inventors and senior research scientists. We're here to talk to you today about Johns Manville's new patented technology, InsulGrip. Tom, could you tell us a little bit about this new product at JM?
Sure. InsulGrip is an adhesive that can be applied to the surface of a insulation material and various types of materials too. This is our tough glass with an FSK facer. This is micromat. So we apply a very thin layer of the InsulGrip adhesive to the material, dry it, and once it's fully dry, that material can be die cut into various sizes and that will fit various types of panels. And then the nice thing about InsulGrip, it can be reactivated with water and then applied to the panels.
So during the development process, we qualified this product to various ASTM standards. Could you elaborate a little bit on those?
Yeah, so the two primary standard specifications we qualified the product to were ASTM C916, which is a standard for adhesive use on HVAC equipment. We also qualified the product to ASTM 1071, C1071, which is standard specification for applying insulation materials to HVAC equipment.
What about the fire hazard classification for InsulGrip?
Yeah, as part of those standard qualifications, we had to show that the material met 2550 flame smoke rating. And when the material, the adhesive is actually applied to the insulation, we easily are below those numbers, which means that the material can be left exposed, which is very important fire test to be able to meet.
So we've designed this product specifically for original equipment manufacturers, or our OEMs. So there are many advantages for the different applications that they use, including the furnaces, air conditioner, fan coils, and such. Could you tell us a little bit about the advantages that the OEM will see?
Primary advantage is you use water to reactivate the adhesive. So water is a very safe material to use. It's readily available. It's free for the most part, and it doesn't make a mess. It's easy to clean up. Right now, if an OEM is using a spray-on adhesive, they not only have to deal with the mess and cleaning that adhesive up, but they have to worry about getting a nice uniform coat weight, and they also have to warehouse all that material. So it's a lot of extra steps to being able to have the adhesive in-house. If they're using hot melt technology, there's always the possibility that the applicator can get burned because you have to apply the hot melt at a very high temperature. And in addition to that, you have to clean up that equipment. It's very difficult to clean up.
So for the assembler at the original equipment manufacturer, how safe is it to use?
Oh, it's very safe. You're only using water to reactivate it, so you're not having to use any kind of VOC based chemicals. And one of the other advantages that InsulGrip actually has as an adhesive, it does not contain any toxic or hazardous VOCs. So water activation, no VOCs in the material. It's a very safe material to use.
So Tom, could you demonstrate for us how an assembler at the OEM would reactivate the InsulGrip adhesive?
Yeah, I definitely can. So I'll have you hold that. There's several ways to reactivate the adhesive. You can use a spray tip, and that's probably the simplest way, and you're just basically spraying the insulation with that spray tip in a uniform fashion to reactivate the material. So an easier way to apply the water to the InsulGrip, and it's also a unique way to apply it in a very uniform fashion, is to use a roll coater. So this is a roll coater where we apply water to the roller, and then we can run the insulation material through. It puts a very uniform coating of water on that material.
So how much water is actually needed to properly activate the InsulGrip product?
We're recommending 10 to 15 grams per square foot of water applied to the product, and that gives it enough water to reactivate in a very short time.
Great. So could we walk through the process?
Sure, it's very simple. So I just push a piece of insulation that's coated with InsulGrip through the roll coater. And as it comes out, it's got the water applied in a very uniform manner to the insulation. Now what I have to do is allow it to tack up, and that takes about 6 to 10 seconds, and that's dependent on humidity, temperature, etc. But after that 6 to 10 second period, I can then apply it to the panel. So this is just about there. I can feel it starting to get sticky, so it's ready to apply. I can now apply that into a panel, press it in place.
So during the installation process, how much time does the assembler actually have to be able to work with the material before?
The open working time is about 20 seconds. So for instance, if there's cutouts in the panels and they don't quite have the insulation aligned perfectly, you have about 20 seconds to reposition, and after that it's going to start to bond and it's going to be very difficult to move.
So what temperature is the InsulGrip product qualified to?
We know that HVAC units see a wide range of environmental conditions. So in terms of temperature, the InsulGrip adhesive was designed to work from sub-zero temperatures all the way up to about 350 degrees without the bond breaking between the insulation material and the metal panel surface.
So Tom, in terms of the bond strength, could you elaborate a little bit more about the InsulGrip?
When the material is fully dry, which takes about 24 hours to reach full bond strength, the material is secure in place, and even under conditions of high humidity or extreme vibration, etc., that material will remain in place. It takes a lot of liquid water to remove the material. And as an example, if you think about a food jar like a jelly jar that you've emptied and you want to get the label off, you have to soak that jar and work that label for quite a while before it comes off. Well, InsulGrip behaves in a very similar fashion. And once it's dry, it has very good adhesion, so it's not going to let loose under very extreme conditions.
Are there other conditions that could affect the dry time for InsulGrip?
The environment is a big consideration. You have humidity, you have temperature, other considerations, the thickness of the material, if it has an FSK facer over it, all those variables will impact the drying time. But roughly 24 hours is a good number that we've seen where the material is fully secured in place and pretty much at its full bond strength.
So as you can see, InsulGrip that has been pre-applied to an insulation substrate is safe, easy to use, and install. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions about the InsulGrip product, please visit our website at jm.com or contact your JM Master Fabricator. Thank you.